I feel like I know what's coming, and like I feel my eyes starting to well up, and then, lo and behold, I have tears. And today actually was a good day. Today was a good day. I started out with doing cardio. So I did about an hour of cardio on the treadmill, keeping it lean, trying to stay in shape. I've been actively trying to work hard and get some of this COVID weight off. If you're like me, it's possible that you ended up putting on some weight when the gym shut down and everything. For me, I really have to be all in. It's like 0 or 100. There's not much in between with me. And so when I'm clicking on all cylinders, everything is good. But once, pieces start to fall off, then I can sometimes, just let it all go. And unfortunately, that's what happened during COVID. So I have been getting back on track, been eating well, getting good sleep, getting my workouts in. So doing weights, doing cardio, just taking care of myself, because that makes me the best person I can be. It makes me the best attorney I can be, and it really makes a difference. I can really tell how much my life improves when I have all those things clicking. Again, eating right, working out, getting good sleep, meditation, journaling, along with my therapy that I do. Those things are vital to feeling good. The other day, I got a call from a potential new client who had actually seen some of my videos on the expungement process and record cleanup, because she actually was facing a situation where she was denied housing. And it wasn't like any sort of type of government housing or anything, but just applying for a house or an apartment. They do the background check. So you have to pay your little fee, and then oftentimes they'll do a credit check and then your background. If you have certain offenses in your criminal history, if there's a landlord and they're looking at two applicants and they're like, all right, well, these people both have same income, same solid rental history, but this person has an arrest for domestic violence on their record. All things being equal, they're probably going to go with the person who doesn't have an arrest on their record. And so you want to make sure that if you have these type of things on your record, that you take the steps to clean them up so they don't end up biting you later on. If you have certain things on your record, it can make it harder to get that job. You're going out for your dream job, you worked hard, whether that's you've done some training or you've actually gone to school and gotten your degree or even a graduate degree, and then to run up to that brick wall where they're telling you, oh no, we can't hire you, or they don't tell you the reason, but you kind of get the sense of why they're doing that. And if you had done something to clean up your record, then you would be able to avoid that. So I had someone call me interested in that service, made her the offer, and we'll see if she follows up to work together. So the judge granted our petition for dismissal. And so what happens is, with these petitions for dismissal, after a person's been convicted, they complete probation, pay all their fines and fees, then you can petition for dismissal. And once you do that, basically you're withdrawing the guilty plea, and then a not guilty plea is entered. This can serve in a lot of different ways in someone's life. It can just be someone being able to mentally move on from their past, or it can be something as serious as eligibility for employment, or getting into school, or being eligible for certain licenses. So this can be a very powerful tool for people. So I'm glad that worked out for this particular client. I got a letter today from this organization that I presented for called the Resident Leadership Academy. And I gave a presentation on immigration, and this was a couple weeks ago. And it went really well. It was over Zoom, and they had over 100 participants. And I had a great time. Like, I love presenting. I taught criminal law. I actually went to school. I went to college to teach. That was what I was originally going to do before I decided to become an attorney. So I really get a kick out of presenting information and taking complex concepts and putting them into a way that people can understand. And so I got a lot of great joy out of that. But I'm gonna tell you, actually, when Dana was introducing me, he read basically a quick bio. And to be honest with you, it actually, at some point, brought me to tears. I'm like on the Zoom call and he's reading this bio and he gets to this part and like I feel like I know what's coming and like I feel my eyes starting to well up, and then lo and behold I have tears, and I'm gonna read part of it because it's me and and I like my bio. So it says Jamahl Kersey is an immigration and criminal defense attorney in San Diego. He runs Kersey Law, a firm that assists people with applying for citizenship, visas, green cards, and work permits. He also defends immigrants facing deportation. On the criminal side, he has defended clients facing first-degree murder charges, major drug conspiracy cases, domestic violence cases, and DUIs. This is where it got me. Jamahl's desire to help people began during his childhood. While growing up in a diverse community, he saw firsthand the struggles many families faced, particularly immigrant families living in his neighborhood. He saw their fears when they were forced to answer to police. He saw how deportation split up families. Jamahl knew he wanted to help people in similar situations someday, ones who are often unfamiliar with the legal process and their rights. Jamahl attended college at San Diego State University, becoming fluent in Spanish in the process. He graduated from the University of San Diego School of Law. He was named one of the top oral advocates of his graduating class. Yes. And Jamahl opened up his own law office, and for over 10 years, Kersey Law has been providing excellent legal representation to its clients, achieving noteworthy results. That's dope. Humbling. I'm happy with my career and how everything has gone so far. And Dana actually wrote me a really nice handwritten note thanking me for the presentation, and I'm really glad that I got a chance to present. And so I've actually had a few people reach out to me to do, Zoom interviews. I think a couple college students, a couple law students. Anytime I can carve out time to be a mentor, a role model to someone, I'm happy to do so. There have been so many people over the years who were so gracious with their time to me, and I definitely feel a duty and obligation to give back in that sense. It's just the right thing to do. And that brings me to the topic of success in life. It's vitally important that you define for yourself what success means to you. If you leave it to other people, you run the risk of chasing after the wrong things, and you can spend a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of effort chasing someone else's definition of success. And so, I look at my life now and I have a great gig where I get to work with some really cool people and do some great things for people as well. But if I allowed perhaps someone else's definition of what success is, then maybe I would be unfulfilled. I don't work in a big law firm where the lawyers charge $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 an hour and have an office space on the 84th floor overlooking the bay. I'm in the office in in joggers, Under Armour joggers, my running shoes, track jacket. I'm not in a $3,000 suit, but I'm happy. I'm doing what I want to do. I only work with people I want to work with. I do work that fulfills me, work that makes me happy. There's a solid definition of success that I really like, and it comes from Earl Nightingale. And he says that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Again, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And I like that definition because he then goes on to say in this lecture that he gave called The Strangest Secret, he says how you define what it is that success means to you. And then as you're every day after day, taking steps towards that goal, then that is being successful. So if you want to be a great teacher that illuminates children's world, and you're doing that, like you're practicing your delivery of your lectures, you're trying to see how best you can reach your children, you're coming up with innovative ways to teach different topics. If you're doing that, then you are a success. You're a successful person. If you are a father and you end up electing to be a stay-at-home dad, and you want to be the best dad you can be, and you work hard at that every day to give your child or give your children the best possible life, and make them happy, teach them your values, make them strong, giving them solid sense of self and solid self-esteem, then you're successful at being a father. And I can respect that. I personally can respect that, even if that's not something that I would do. I mean, if I should be blessed to be a father someday, then obviously I want to do all those things besides being a stay-at-home dad. That's just not my role. But for someone who it is, then that could be the way that they define being successful. If you're a garbage collector, if you're an accountant, whatever it is that you want to do, like, you ultimately have to, like I said, define your success and what that means to you. Because again, if I measured my success based on, let's say, a Suits episode where I think everybody in that firm went to Harvard. I didn't go to Harvard, I went to USD, and I'm a failure because I didn't go to an Ivy League law school. I don't work at a big law firm. At the end of the day, none of those things actually matter, more so than me living up to my own definition of success and whether I'm fulfilled in what I'm doing and whether I'm happy overall. Those things are like the biggest indicators to ensuring that you're actually living a good life. So as I close this out and I'm ready to, go home, I actually feel really good that's the case, that I was able to come up with something that I wanted to do and that I'm actually living that. That gives me a great, deep sense of gratitude. And it's impossible to truly be happy and fulfilled without being grateful for everything that you have and everyone in your life. Oftentimes, I'd say it's not about you acquiring more or getting newer or getting better, bigger, faster, stronger. It's appreciation for what you have. And I can certainly tell you from experience that if you begin to appreciate more the things that you have, then in turn you're going to be a much happier person. So with that, I'm gonna sign out so I can get some food. You made it this far. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.